Welcome back to Supremely Black Podcast. This is your host, D Rose. Now, let's get straight into it. It seems that a lot of companies are rolling back their initiatives around diversity, equity, and inclusion. A lot of people are surprised by this on social media. To me, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. This was pretty much, let's say, face from the jump. When you think about Starbucks, Papa John's, anybody that has had any major issues that offended any minority in the country, of course, they would never say that they were not in support of DEI, because there was a lot of pressure, a lot of political pressure around, hey, you have to be on board with this. But you have to think about it like this. Like, Walmart is the most recent billion-dollar company that has come out to say that they are rolling back their diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, which to me is not a shock. You have other companies, Lowe's, Meta, Google, a lot of them are rolling back. And so a lot of people ask, like, okay, what is the reason for them doing that? Is this being coined as the Trump's America? I mean, some people may think it is that. I just look at it from a business side of it. Is there's no longer going to be a lot of benefit for pushing heavy DEI. The truth of the matter is, this was all a business move from the get-go. It was one, to save face, because you want minorities, whether that is black, brown people, people from the LGBTQ plus community. You want all of them to be in support of you. So of course, Target is going to put out certain things and go against what some people may not agree with, and put in rainbow color stuff for kids and for adults to feel comfortable to come in and buy LGBTQ plus attire. Of course, Walmart is going to do it. Of course, everybody else is going to be on board with Pride Month. But the moment that shifts, and that the difference in the country is not necessarily that it's just based off the president. The truth of it is that when you have initiatives, it comes with financial support. So in a business mind, I don't personally care of what or who buys my stuff, as long as people are buying it. So if I'm going to be getting either tax cuts or I'm going to get additional funding, you can put whatever you want to in this building until my core people have an issue with it. Example, Target. They had an issue in regards to feeling like as if that, why would there be LGBTQ plus clothes for kids? So to them, they felt as if that was targeting kids. And so in some areas, primarily the South, those were removed, and they were pushed to the back where you couldn't even find them. At one point, as soon as you walked in, you could see them, right? You got to understand the land of the law in America. This is a corporation, man. This is not no country. This is all about the business. So the bottom dollar is that if that is no longer a thing, and if the new 4-year plan doesn't support DEI, guess what? We're going to roll back those initiatives, because honestly, people are going to feel how they're going to feel. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense from a dollar's perspective. Like, what are we pouring into all of this for if we're no longer going to be getting the funding, and we're going to still hire like we want to hire? There's still protections in regards to where you have to have a certain amount of people or minorities or et cetera. Hey, that's what it is. If you're talented, you're talented. You're just going to have to stand out and do your thing. Like, that's just the way of the world. Like, to try to fix that or complain about it isn't going to make it any better. The only thing that you can do is just make sure that you are properly equipped to compete with whatever level that you're going to be doing it on. Now, does it make it right? I'm not saying it's right, but you can't expect for companies, businesses, to have an initiative for something that they're not being incentivized for themselves. So we're doing all of this extra and we're not getting compensated for it. So in return, that impacts our bottom dollar. Cut the program. Cut the program. If you're going to hire the way you're going to hire, if people are talented, they're going to get, that's just what it is. And people can get all up in arms about it and, oh, this ain't, not saying it's right. But to think that Walmart is going to continue to pour into something that's not beneficial to them, Target, Lowe's, Meta, Google, they're not. You wouldn't if it was your business. The only reason why what I'm seeing is people are personally attached to it is because they're saying diversity, equity, and inclusion. And they're looping everything that's considered a minority into that bucket. So of course it's going to get everybody like, oh, here it goes. Here's Trump America. The truth of the matter is there was a lot of issues when Biden was in office, when it was a Democratic reign. This isn't just a new, hey, we want to get, it's not. I can't just say what Trump America looked like when I've seen what Biden America has looked like. I'm not one of them people that's leaning left, leaning right, none of that. I'm just keeping it real with everyone that's involved with the situation. A lot of these companies are going to continue to put it out there. And the truth of the matter is because the political landscape has changed. And they will now be on board with whatever they can be incentivized for next, because that's what businesses do. They look to be in the green, not in the red, every quarter and every year. And they look for whatever break that's going to benefit them. The truth, and what only thing that we can do is just people that are, I guess you could say, impacted by the situation is, what are you going to do now? There's several local businesses that are local farms, vendors. There's virtually a lot of people that you can support that are minorities. So now what are you going to do? Like, are you going to shop with your local farmers that is the old OG that's still out there knowing how to till the ground, got them tomatoes out there, strawberries, etc.? Are you going to do that and say, to hell with Walmart, to hell with anybody that doesn't support DEI? Or if you still just going to complain and still standing them long ass lines that they be having y'all standing in, or self-checkout. And while they watch you on camera, do a job that you're not getting paid for. That's just what's going on. We got to make a conscious decision to say, if I don't shop at Walmart, but if you're going to be going into these places and supporting them, if DEI is going to be the reason why you say that is a straw that broke the camel's back, I would love to know in the comments of what's going to be your response. Me personally, I feel as if the people should support locally or virtually, however you need to do it, but put the money into the people's hands that you want to, or learn how to do it yourself. That's the only way around it. But I'm seeing people like, okay, now we're going to see exactly what you're going to do. They've made their decision, right? Now, let's see how we respond and make ours if DEI is something that you feel as if they don't support, you can't do. Let me know in the comments. As always, long live CC. I'm out.